Hey there, and welcome to this special edition of your First Alert Weather Plus forecast on this Tuesday evening. We're looking ahead to Wednesday, which will be a First Alert weather day for the Treasure Valley, though things have been very stormy already on Tuesday. So rain and storms will continue to raise that flash flood risk. Keep it in play through tonight into the day on Wednesday. Heaviest valley rain does look to be Wednesday morning, so likely early morning commutes will be impacted. Walks to the bus stop may be pretty soggy, but then we start seeing things dry out and quiet down really on Thursday across the area, though by Friday sunshine returns just in time for Labor Day weekend. But still, we have a busy 24-hour period. This is what our radar looked like on Tuesday evening. We had storms firing off over the foothills of Boise. It had been a stormy day already across much of the Magic Valley. Rain rates with some of these storms were as high as 2.5 to 2 3/4 of an inch per hour. And of course, we did see flash flooding that was occurring across the region. The most serious of which, at least as far as Tuesday evening goes, was that flash flood that shut down Highway 21 from Grand Jean to the Boise-Custer County line. ITD says that closure could be in place for 2 days as they work to get the mud and debris cleaned from the roadway. At one point, I saw a report that there was 3 feet of water over Highway 21 with a storm that just dumped heavy rain over that Wapiti burn scar. So, of course, that is a big concern, and we could continue to see flash flooding across the region through Wednesday night as we'll continue to see rain and storms coming and going. Biggest threat, yes, is in the mountains, but even in the lower elevations and some neighborhoods that are maybe low-lying, that have poor drainage, are prone to flooding. Some urban flooding is possible. We saw some really big bursts of rain over northeast Boise as these storms rolled through on Tuesday evening, so certainly not out of the question that ponding of water could slow you down on Wednesday morning. So here's the culprit behind the active weather. There's been a ridge of high pressure that's been kind of drifting south and north over the last couple of days, but around that ridge, we've been getting that monsoon moisture just being pumped into eastern Oregon and southwest Idaho. Now we're going to combine that saturated atmosphere with a disturbance that overnight Tuesday into Wednesday will continue drifting northward. That will just add extra oomph to the atmosphere, and that will allow these storms to really produce a lot of heavy rain. This will almost act like we have a saturated sponge of an atmosphere. This will be the wringing out mechanism that will allow a lot of that rain to fall. So that's what we're looking at for Wednesday morning. There's the potential through Wednesday night, in addition to what has already fallen during the day on Tuesday, we could add potentially another inch of rain up in some of our mountain locations. We could see a 1/4 inch to a 1/3 of an inch across the Treasure Valley. Focus looks to be the central mountains west of Stanley, but even Stanley could see another 1/2 inch in addition, again, to what's already fallen. So during the day tomorrow, let's talk about what's coming our way. First alert weather conditions because of that heavy rain, mostly in the morning through midday. I think after lunchtime, especially in the Treasure Valley tomorrow, things will start quieting down quite a bit. But still, pockets of heavy rain could lead to that ponding of water. Temperatures will be pretty cool. We're talking about a kind of early taste of autumn as far as temperatures go tomorrow, especially when you combine it with the wet weather, the potential for some breezy winds as that system comes through. So keep in mind, your morning commute on Wednesday could be a bit slower than normal simply because of the rain. The windshield wipers, for the first time in a while, will be put to the test. I would unearth the umbrella, the jacket, and the boots Tuesday night in anticipation of that wet weather tomorrow. And keep a close eye on 511.idaho.gov. That is a great resource for road closures, road conditions. This is where you can get the latest as well on that closure of Highway 21. All right, let's walk through Futurecast and see what we're expecting. Now, not all of our models agree on the timing and intensity of Wednesday's precipitation, but it does look likely that the best chance for rain will be from about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning Wednesday, so you can probably turn the sprinklers off before you go to bed on Tuesday. Through the commute time, maybe 9 to 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Then we'll continue to see that widespread rain and storm activity up in the mountains. But you can see by dinner time, 5 to 6 o'clock in the evening, things are quiet across the upper Treasure Valley. But out towards Ontario, over Washington County, we may see one last pocket of activity as this system exits. So that's kind of that wraparound moisture on the backside of the system. By Thursday morning, I think most areas will wake up to some sunshine. But as we roll our Futurecast forward into Thursday afternoon, we have another little system that could sneak through from west to east. That may, around dinner time Thursday, trigger a couple more pop-up showers and storms over eastern Oregon and the Owyhees of southwest Idaho. But for the most part, Thursday is going to be much drier, much quieter and calmer than what we're seeing Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's talk about temperatures for Wednesday. Remember, normally we're in the upper 80s as we head towards the final few days of August in the Boise area. We'll land at 77 in Boise tomorrow. McCall won't get out, or barely will get out of the 50s tomorrow, a high of just 63. Magic Valley, you may not get out of the 60s on Wednesday, a high of just 69 degrees in Twin Falls with pockets of rain and storm activity early on in the Magic Valley. Look at the Pacific Northwest coast, 88 in Portland, 82 in Seattle. Not often we see temperatures that much warmer than Boise. Good news is after we get through that wet and active Wednesday, slight chance of some storm activity hanging on into Thursday. Labor Day weekend is looking good as we will start seeing sunshine and much warmer temperatures coming in for the unofficial last weekend of the summer season. Officially, fall doesn't really kick off until September 22nd, but I know Labor Day for a lot of folks is when it all wraps up. So if you have one last camping trip planned in the mountains, good news is Mother Nature will cooperate. She'll turn off the tap by Friday especially, and then things are looking good. But still, Wednesday will be stormy and cool. Thursday, we rebound temperature-wise in the mountains back into the mid-70s, and then we're up around 80 from Saturday all the way through the Labor Day holiday on Monday with abundant sunshine, morning temperatures hovering around 50. In the Magic Valley, first alert weather conditions for Wednesday because of the storm activity. Likely we'll see some of those storms holding on into Thursday. Temperatures, though, back up near 80 after landing just around 70 on Wednesday. And then look at this beautiful holiday weekend. We're up to 84 by Sunday. Slight chance of maybe a sprinkle on Monday. I think that might even be overdone at a 20% chance. We're looking at mid-80s heading into the holiday and beyond. 7-day outlook for the Boise area. We'll land at 77 with those pop-up showers and storms throughout the day on Wednesday, favoring the morning. And then on Thursday, we rebound back up to 85 degrees. Gorgeous to wrap up the work week, 89 degrees, lots of sunshine. And if you like the sound of that, you will be a happy camper over Labor Day weekend. If you have a barbecue planned for Monday, beautiful for all of that. It'll be warm, highs around 90 degrees in Boise from Friday through next Tuesday, with just a few clouds coming and going. Thanks so much for tuning in to this First Alert Weather Plus forecast. We'll see you next time.